watching the Blackhawks take on the Avalanche, and you are watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. I'm joined here with AP, Andrew Pillock from Andrew Pillock Hockey. Feel free to go over on his channel and hit the subscribe button and check out his content. He talks mostly about the Leafs, but he also covers content around the rest of the league as well. I'll link your channel down below.
Thank you.
Today we're going to talk about the Colorado Avalanche because prior to the playoffs starting, I did seasonal report cards for every single team that missed the playoffs. And now that the playoffs are over, I can start doing seasonal report cards on those teams that were in the playoffs. We're going to start off with Colorado because they were one of the first teams eliminated, and they were one of the teams that just kind of snuck into the playoffs. This is a team that is, when you compare it to last year, is really impressive. The fact that they did so poorly the previous year and then this year got into the playoffs is truly remarkable in sports. And I'm going to go through some of the statistics to show that. So in 2016, 2017, they had 48 points.
Brutal.
That's a terrible record. This year, they had 95 points. That's an unbelievable improvement. Goals for last year, 166. This year, 257. Almost 100 more goals scored.
That's incredible.
278 goals against last year, 237 goals against this year. Their goal differential last year was minus 112. This year it was plus 20. So clearly things have gotten a little bit better in Colorado in that specific category. Their power play last year was 12.6%. This year it's 21.9%. Their power play rank last year was 30th. This year it was 8th. Their penalty kill percentage last year was 76.6%. And they were ranked 29th. And then this year it was 83.3, and they were ranked 4th in the league.
That's
so
really good.
This is a team that not only improved their winning percentage, but improved in literally every single category. And not just improved, but I mean they're in the top 10 in their special teams. And they were in the bottom, like they were 30th and 29. And remember, there was only 30 teams left in the previous season because Vegas didn't exist. So they've come a long way in 1 year, and that's not something that a lot of teams can say throughout their entire franchise. Usually it takes a couple of years to get through that pace. I mean, you're a Leafs fan, you've been through some hard times, and they're starting to come around now. So
yeah, seeing that 48 points to 95 points, like that's insane. Like I was just sitting here going, man, how did they do that? I don't think anybody expected that kind of jump from the Avalanche.
I was trying to remember the last team that had that big of a turnaround, and off the top of my head, I can't remember a team having this big of a turnaround in one season. But it all goes to thanks to some players. McKinnon, 97 points. Rantanen, 84 points. He very quietly put up 84 points. Not a lot of people was talking.
I really didn't know he had 84 points.
It's very impressive. And Landeskog, 62. I think people would have liked to see him a little bit higher than that. And then they had that rookie Kerfoot, 43 points. And Bernier, when he had to come in, was amazing for Colorado. Obviously, you've seen Bernier play. He used to play for the Leafs. Yeah. I'm not sure how you feel about him.
You know what? Bernier was given a lot of slack from a lot of fans. But Bernier did do his job. He wasn't as bad as people said he was. I mean, I was kind of hard on him sometimes. But
the team in front of him also wasn't
the
greatest.
This Colorado team was probably much better in front of Bernier than that Leafs team was in front of him. So. And
in Toronto, he was also sharing the net with Reimer a little bit. So there's that kind of back and forth. And I know you like Reimer
I love Reimer.
So going forward, what can Colorado do? So the upcoming season, and obviously the free agency is over with. They've made some trades already, but beyond that, they need more depth scoring. You can't rely on Rantanen and McKinnon and Landeskog and those top guys. You need third line guys getting the odd goal, and the fourth line guys, they can't just be grinding all the time. They need to contribute offensively. Healthy goaltending. This has been a bit of an issue in Colorado for the past probably 3 or 4 years. If they can get healthy, consistent goaltending, that would be awesome. And then just overall consistency. They would go on streaks this year and look amazing and then lose 6 games.
Yeah.
More so during the beginning of the year. But I really feel like Colorado is a team that, I mean, just a couple of years ago, they were atop of the Central with Patrick Waugh coaching, and I think they played Minnesota in the first round and I think maybe lost. And people were really disappointed. And then they had this season that season where they did so terrible. Now they're kind of back up again. So it's kind of a weird team to gauge at the moment. But with the moves that they've made in free agency recently and some young guys in the team, I think this is a team that's probably trending up a little bit. I do believe that they have the chance to make the playoffs this upcoming year, but I can't see them being a top 6 team in the West.
No.
I think they're probably going to get one of those 2 last spots in the West. But I hope I'm wrong because I do like Colorado, and I do want to see them have success. Specifically for McKinnon, I really like him on and off the ice. He has a great personality. If you've ever seen him in any Tim Hortons commercials and stuff, so,
those were great.
That's my thoughts on Colorado. So a little different format than the previous report card videos. Those were quite a bit of work and with a lot of information and stuff. I'm going to kind of tone down a bit for these teams that made the playoffs. Speaking of making the playoffs, they had to play Nashville. It was it was viewed as probably the most mismatched round of all of the first round.
Probably.
They handled Nashville way better than people thought.
Oh,
they
for
took them
sure.
to 6 games, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nashville. I think they were a little surprised with how good Colorado played against them, and I was rooting for them. I really was.
Yeah, and I think they chased Rene, I think, in 2 games, maybe in that first round. So they've had that underdog vibe, and I think they'll still have that underdog vibe going into the next season. So thanks for joining me for this video. This kind of wraps it up. And if you guys like this video, hope you can hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be doing the rest of the teams that made the playoffs, their report cards. So thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.